For gamers short on time and patience, this is the Busy Gamer Review. So, I've never really played any of the previous titles from Ninja Gaiden. This is my first, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I had a lot of fun. So, let's get into the review. Up first, we have the learning curve. Now, all this really means is like how long does it take for you to understand and get the game mechanics, and how much of a time investment is it? In my experience, the learning curve is not bad at all. The game starts off with a fast-paced tutorial. It throws you into the action. There's like a screen, it tells you a little something, tells you to go do it, you have a little bit of practice, and there, you learn whatever game mechanic it was trying to convey. Now, the game mechanic is simple and intuitive in my opinion, however, there is a lot of depth. So the game mechanics are not shallow by any means, despite being simple and intuitive. There is a lot of depth in terms of execution and timing, and coming up with creative combos or creative ways to string together different combos that you can do in the game. One thing to note as well is I played on default difficulty. So I'd say for the default difficulty, it takes about 15 to 30 minutes to understand the game mechanics and the systems of this game. Now let's get into the core gameplay loop. Like, what is the rhythm of play? So this game is a linear game. It's not an open sandboxy game. It's a linear game with like 19 levels. The way the levels are structured are essentially you beat up a couple bad guys, you do some platforming, you beat up more bad guys, maybe you find a treasure chest in between, you do some platforming, and all in between that there are checkpoints. Checkpoints is where you can buy like health items, defense buffs, offense buffs, and also learn moves. And after all the fighting and platforming, at the end there's usually a boss fight. It's a very simple gameplay loop. However, don't let that fool you. It is still a lot of fun. I mean, essentially, this game is all about the combat, and I love it. The combat is very, very good. Now let's dive into the session length sweet spot. Now, what this actually means is how long do I need to play in one sitting to feel satisfied? So like I said before, there's like 19 main missions in this game, and each mission takes about like 30 minutes to maybe an hour to beat. So I'd say in order to feel satisfied, you need at least 30 minutes to an hour of playtime, which I think is very good. Now let's talk about the progress per hour. Now what this means is during your play session, do you get meaningful rewards for your time? Like how much do you actually accomplish with each play session? So in that 30-minute, 1 hour minimum time needed for each session length, you make pretty good progress. The way you make progress in this game is every single time you beat a group of enemies, you get something called Ninja Coin, and also you get weapon XP. You also get Ninja Coins for completing side activities. But basically, every single time you enter combat, you're getting Ninja Coins and Weapon XP. Now, you use Ninja Coins to buy like health potions or defensive buffs or offensive buffs. You can also use Ninja Coins to buy certain moves. These moves are usually general moves you can use with any type of weapon. And with Weapons XP, you get to buy moves that are specifically for each weapon type. You get quite a few weapons in this game, so there's plenty of things to look forward to in terms of unlocking. One thing I really like about the progress in this game is that usually the stuff you unlock adds like another layer or depth to the gameplay. It's usually not stuff like, oh, now the parry window is super long compared to before where it's short. Instead, it will add like new gameplay elements that are still like hard to execute or need some sort of execution. So essentially, you still need to learn how to use the new move you just picked up. It's not like just an easy attack or defense buff. You encounter some treasure chests throughout the level as well. These treasure chests can include equipment that do more of your typical stuff that you see in games, like increase your parry window or decrease the amount of damage you're taking or increasing the amount of damage you're dishing. So in that 30 minutes to an hour, you do make like a meaningful, satisfying amount of progress in the game. Now let's talk about the Bloat Check. The Bloat Check is basically like how much of the game feels like busy work or filler. Now, you do have very half-assed side missions in this game, but it works. So you can pick up these side missions from the checkpoint, And they usually reward you with like more ninja coins or equipment or potions or whatever. Most of the side missions is just extra combat, so in my book that's kind of a good thing. It's mostly stuff like, oh, beat these group of enemies, or oh, beat this mini boss. And after you have accepted these missions, you just have to explore the level just a little bit in order to find them. They are usually not hard at all to find. One side activity that I would like to highlight specifically is called the Purgatory. I found it a lot of fun. Essentially, you wager some of your health or none of it, and based on how much health you wager, you get more ninja coins or XP, and you just fight waves and waves of enemies. And it's quite challenging, but it's a lot of fun. So a lot of the side activities in this game don't feel like bloat because it is engaging the core aspect of this game, which is the combat. Now there are a few like collectible here or there ones you can pick up, but like there's so few and bare bones, I wouldn't really consider that as much bloat at all. So now let's talk about the ease of re-entry and replay value. What I mean by ease of re-entry is, can I drop it for like a week or two and pick it up later and easily, or is it like really hard to get back into? And in my opinion, this game is something you can easily pick up after not playing for a while. The gameplay is simple, but it has a lot of depth, so you may be a little bit rusty, but I think after a little bit of warm up, you'll be just fine. It also helps that the story is like almost non-existent. It's very bare bones, simple story, so it's not like you have forgotten major points of the plot once you pick it back up after a week or two. And also the game is pretty short. It's only like 10 to 12 hours. It has 19 main missions. But that being said, it has a very high replay value. You unlock a bunch of things after finishing the game in order to incentivize you to replay the game, as well as when you clear a mission you get a certain score and rank, so you may want to like better your ranks or better your score. And honestly, that sounds like, oh whatever, like I don't really care about that, but it is kind of addicting to try to improve your performance and your score just because the gameplay is so much fun. Like the combat is so engaging. You also unlock like Master Ninja difficulty after beating the game. That's definitely worth giving a try. And you just unlock other challenge runs you can do depending on the mission. So, in conclusion, Ninja Gaiden 4 is a very fast-paced game that you don't have to invest a lot of time into in order to have fun. It's a very arcadey game in a good way, where you just engage with the game in the most fun parts and there's no real bloat. If you have a busy schedule, if you have a job and you're like, I don't have time to invest like multiple hours in order just to understand the game or get to the fun part, this is not that game. In this game, you will have fun as soon as you start the game. And you only need around 30 minutes to an hour playtime to have like a satisfying experience. The only thing I'll say is that if you're a gamer who's heavily invested in the stories of the games you play, and you need that story engagement in order to enjoy the game, then yeah, this game may not be for you if you are that type of gamer, because the story is just so bad in this game. It's ridiculously bad. It's kind of funny, to be honest, by how bad it is, but for everyone else, especially if you have a busy schedule, I highly recommend this game.